That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Lions and the Vikings on Sunday night.
Find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. As a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in Week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
On the set.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 73 yards.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started. And they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Lions are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate, but the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. Looking to throw. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And they take over, they'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. Now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Play fake. Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown now. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here this week. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Second and 5. They'll find Williams on the slant. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. play action. They'll throw. Rolling to his left. His throw incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked there around the 28. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may have saved points on the board when this drive is over.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Fickens' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 20. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blow is the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
Maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense. This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. It's called Beckham, and they get him down down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's game time! Hey, let's go! Let's go, man! Look at him now! Here we go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. Down inside the 10. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 3rd down, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Trevor Lawrence, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Jimmy Garoppolo, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their 2nd straight to start the year. And then lastly, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions, and their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. These 2 coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On play action, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And Cook has it, left side. A second juke. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw going to be caught by Davis. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Marked as a 27-yard pickup. And it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that in a nutshell.
Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, 23 yards for the touchdown. The Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead.
That's another one the defenders will vote to take out of the game. Without a doubt, you're just trying to move everybody in one direction, and whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they sit down on the sideline, you've got to put it on your hands.
The defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. The point after is good, and the lead is now 14-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the final act of the drive was the touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. For this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now, answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit. And he gets a small gain on the play.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Switch it up here and look to throw. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On 2nd down, Swift. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be enough.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Lucine, and the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point up and through. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Detroit getting set to go now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. first down. Here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cook. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually? It's just executing them. There's a game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week. Offense still holds. You have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week.